Hello, I'd like to talk to you about a very important topic, and that topic is anxiety and panic. A lot of us have anxiety in our lives because of the incredible amount of stress that living in the modern world puts on us. And this is something that all of us need to learn how to deal with if we're going to need to live healthy and productive lives. So we should understand, first of all, that our body has a built in method or a built in structure for handling stress that happens to us in our lives. We have the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Those turn on and turn off our stress response. We have community. All of us live better in community. We have faith, things that help to strengthen us against anxiety. And so our bodies are designed to take stressful things that happen to us and to put them into our long-term memory network. So normally if something happens to you during the day, some stressful event, if everything is working properly during the night, that will get put into your long-term memory network and you'll remember it, but you'll remember it in the context of other things that are related to it. It won't be always there in the front of your mind. Sometimes things happen to us and our body does not know how to process them or doesn't get a chance to process them. And so that thing sticks in our working memory. It does not get incorporated into our long-term memory networks. And so this system of adaptive information processing that our body is designed to do just doesn't happen. And we're stuck with this memory in the present with us. And that's how we get anxiety and that's how we get panic. So we need to understand when we're dealing with the situation of anxiety that something is broken and it needs to be fixed. If you broke your arm, you'd go to the doctor. The Bible tells us if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat, and we know that our arm needs to be fixed so we can work, so we can eat. And so when we're dealing with depression and anxiety, we need treatment for that also. Jesus said many times, fear not. But he didn't tell us how to fear not. And we shouldn't be blaming each other when fear happens in our lives, when anxiety, when panic happens in our lives. And so we should instead be looking for how do we help people to live that life where we don't have to live in fear. So a lot of things happen when we have anxiety, when we have a fear reaction. Our sympathetic nervous system takes over, our heart rate speeds up, our breathing gets faster, our thinking gets more clouded because our body is taking over, and instinctually we want to flee from or fight that thing that is happening for us or hide from it. Our body doesn't want to rationally think about what to do when the lion is charging at us. It wants to run away. And so we operate instinctively. So there are a lot of things that change about the way our body works. These are things that we share in common with a lot of animals. So if we think about animal reactions, a gazelle, for example, will flee if it's in danger. A rabbit would hide if it's in danger. Another animal, like a lion, might actually attack if it's in danger. And so all of us have those same nervous reactions. There's a great book written by an author named Sapolsky, and the title of the book is Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. And I recommend you read that book. It explains all of these things in a very good and evidence-based way, but also using very simple language. Essentially, what Sapolsky explains to us is that as a gazelle, if a lion is going to attack it, it runs away. In 10 minutes, the gazelle's problem is over, one way or the other. Either it failed and the lion is eating it and it's no longer stressed because it's dead, or it has successfully escaped, the lion is way behind and it goes back to eating grass and is happy. But as people, we don't always have problems that are so quickly solved one way or the other. We may live for months or years in stress over something that affects us every day and we can't do anything about it. So how do we live a happy and healthy life when we are dealing with that kind of fear and anxiety and panic? So the first thing I would want to do is to distinguish between anxiety and fear. Fear is the fear of something that's happening to us right now. A piano is falling toward us and we need to jump out of the way. A bear is charging toward us and we need to flee. Something is happening right now, and fear is the proper response to that thing. So understand, if you're having a fear response, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with your body. If someone says they were in a situation and they had no fear response, something is wrong with their body. It's not working right. The natural and normal reaction is fear. Anxiety is different. Anxiety is fear of what may happen in the future. And so when we're caught in anxiety, we're afraid to go out of the building. We're afraid something might happen to us on the street. We're afraid we might meet the wrong person in the grocery store. We're afraid to go to the doctor because of what he might say to us. So anxiety can be crippling because it's a fear not of what's happening, but of what might happen to us. And fortunately for us, there are some things that we can do to overcome that. So I want to talk about psychological trauma. We talked about how it does change the nervous system, and this is caused by the release of hormones in our body. Our information processing systems are not working correctly. Images, sounds, sensations, emotions that are linked to this event aren't properly processed, and we have unresolved nervous reactions that present currently in the working memory. So we talked about fear and anxiety. Panic goes even beyond anxiety. Panic is when we're afraid of being afraid. We're afraid to go out of the house because we're afraid of our own responses that people might see. If I get on the subway, I'm going to have a panic attack and people will see it. And so we're afraid of our own fear reaction. Panic can be completely debilitating and crippling. When people have anxiety, they're easily fatigued because their body is always responding to danger, even if it's not there. They have difficulty concentrating because their mind is thinking about that possible danger that may happen to them. They have muscle tension because their body is ready to react. All the muscles are tensed, ready to fight or ready to flee. They have sleep disturbance with anxiety because your body is afraid to go to sleep, afraid that something might happen to you. These feelings of restlessness, agitation, feeling on edge, irritable, these are all symptoms of anxiety. So what are some concrete things that we can do when we're having anxiety? I want to give you a couple of things that you can do. And the first and most powerful is controlled breathing. Controlled breathing happens in your belly. Breathing that happens up here is not the deep breathing that you need in order to relax. So when we do controlled breathing, there are many ways to do it. I prefer the 5-7 count. So the idea is to inhale through your nose on a count of 5. Let yourself feel the air moving through your nostrils. It should be a very somatic body experience that you feel the air passing into your nose. The bottom of your belly should expand. You should expand your lungs in the bottom of your belly. And then on a count of 7, exhale through your mouth. Purse your lips and let you feel the air going across your lips. It's better even if there's a little back pressure. If you're kind of having to force the air across your lips with your lungs, that will slow your heart rate down quickly. So this gives feedback to your nervous system. Remember that I said when you have anxiety, when you have fear, your heart rate speeds up, your breathing speeds up. I can't directly control my heart rate, but I can control my breathing. And so when I control my breathing, that sends a message back to my brain that things are okay and it's time to calm down. So deep belly breathing, controlled breathing, is the most powerful thing you can do to calm down when you're having anxiety, when you're under a fear reaction, or when you are having a panic attack. The wonderful thing about deep breathing is that we're already all breathing. You can do the deep breathing, the controlled breathing, and no one will notice. You can do it sitting in the subway. You can do it while you're driving your car. You can do it at work. When that client is giving you a hard time and you're just about to break and you need to do something, you can just breathe and control that breathing to calm yourself down. Controlled breathing is very powerful. So let's demonstrate it now. I will inhale through my nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through my mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're feeling stressed right now, pause this and spend a couple of minutes doing controlled breathing. You will feel the change in your body, and you'll feel the change in the room around you. The next thing I want to talk about is angel wings. If you watch my depression video, you'll also see angel wings there. I'll talk a little more about why that's so effective in this video. But in order to do it, start with your palms, turn them toward your face, put them on your arms, and just start tapping back and forth. You may tap faster than I'm tapping or slower. You may tap harder than I'm tapping or softer. Let your body feel what is right for it, and trust your body to do the right amount of tapping. Usually when I demonstrate it for people, I tap loud enough that you can hear the tapping and hard enough that you can definitely feel the tapping. But let your body decide what it needs. The most important thing is that it be left and right. So if you're doing this, both hands together, this is not helping you. It needs to be alternating left and right. Now, you may not want to do this in your office or even in front of your family. But if you're having some anxiety and you need to do something a little more discreet, you can tap your knees with your hands. Just take your hands, put them down on your knees, tap left and right on your knees. You can even move your feet on the floor like you're walking or marching. Just do left, right of your feet on the floor. You can do that anywhere. No one will notice you're doing it. And it can really help you to calm down if you're having anxiety or panic attack. And again, let your body regulate the speed and the intensity of that. It's also important to have some daily practice that really helps you to relax. I love to engage in meditation on Bible verses. I have several that I like. One of them is, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Daily prayer is good, talking to God, or meditating and talking to yourself, to encourage yourself. Reading the Bible is important for me. If you're not a Bible reader, I encourage you to find something inspiring that you can read every day. Exercise is very important. Exercise is our body's way of thinking that it's doing something good about the anxiety. So you remember that when something attacks us, we want to flee or fight or hide. So if you're walking, your body thinks, "Oh, I'm fleeing from the danger. It's behind me now, I can relax." If you're doing push-ups or doing calisthenics, your body takes that as, "I'm fighting back, I'm doing something against this." And really you are. When you go for that daily exercise, you really are fighting back against your anxiety. So I want to encourage you to do that. And I also want to encourage you to seek therapy from a provider in your area, a clinical mental health counselor or a psychologist in your area who can offer you some help with what you're facing. So I hope that you took away some good things from this video, some understanding about how fear and anxiety and panic work in your body, and also some practical techniques like controlled breathing and like the angel wings to help you relax when you need that. Thank you.